this is Retrax back with another video today. And we're doing another comic video because I really liked how the last one turned out. So here's another one. And this comic video is for the week of February 12th, 2020, February 12th, 2025, which is the week of February 12th comic polls. This is polls from last week, which was only one book last week, and then mostly books from this week, which came out today. Today, for example. And some other random books that I had gotten from to this week, and just yeah. Uh, so I, so most all these books are either came out this week, last week, or just random like older books or some just books that I wanted to pick up because I like the look of them. And I actually have my League of Comic Geeks pulled up and with my ratings, so I actually can remember exactly what I rated each issue. So let's just get it started. So of course, right on the cover, for top, you can see first book put on here. Probably one of my favorites of this week so far has been, as it is every month I get it, every week I get it, Transformers number 17 by Skybound, or Image, but Skybound. And yeah, I really like this issue a lot, actually. I liked. I want to go through. I'm not gonna go through spoilers. I'm not gonna go to spoilers. If you want to, I might do a spoiler. I might do a spoiler, like a in-depth video later. But this is not no spoilers whatsoever for Transformers number 17. I'm just gonna talk about it. But I will say, read this issue because it's awesome. It introduces a lot of things for in the future, and I'm excited to see where it goes. Awesome art, of course, by Jorge Corona. Awesome story by Daniel Warren Johnson, obviously. And especially a particular page, I'm not gonna... It sets up something really cool that I'm excited to see in the future. So read this. I'll definitely recommend reading this. I will probably do an in-depth video on the entire Skybound Transformers series because I really enjoy this series. So and I give this one a 5 out of 5 stars, and I really think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, definitely probably my pick of the week for this week, Transformers number 17. And of course, as we're going on, of course the ratings are just my opinion alone. This is what I think about these books. You might have a different opinion, but I usually am pretty positive about the books I get because I mainly just get the books that I know I want and the books that I know I like. But I like to experiment every now and then, especially with one of the books that I got later that I ended up liking more than I thought I would. Next book we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Nation number 4 by IDW. This series has been alright. I thought it was cool. It does give some background on like what Raphael is doing before he got in jail and leading up to, and what Casey left the Foot Clan leading up to Turtles number 5, of course, which came out last month. No, it came out the month before last because issue 6 came out last month. It shows Casey and the Foot Clan leading up to issue 5 and how he left it and how he was not in the Foot Clan in issue 5 when he appeared. So I thought it was all right. I think this was interesting. It's got some cool ideas, and I thought this was going to be the last issue because both the Raphael and the Casey plot both pretty much wrap up. But then they wrap up pretty good. But apparently, we're getting in issue 5. It's going to be a Pepperoni solo story. So I thought this was pretty cool. If you're a Turtle fan like I am, I think you'll enjoy this. But if you're not a big Turtle fan like I am, you might not get the same amount of enjoyment as I did. I can understand that. And I give this one a 4 out of 5. Plus, I really like this cover. I like the art. I like Karai with the... I cannot remember the dragon's name. With like her mystic power. But I just think this art looks really cool leading into Casey on the floor. I think that's really cool. So that one, 4 out of 5 stars. And then, of course, next issue. One of my other series I really like getting every week. We have Saturday Morning Adventures Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 21. And the more comic videos I do, you'll see that my main comics that I get are Turtles, which is my number one favorite franchise, which is my number one, my big thing that I collect for is Turtles. I've loved the Turtles ever since ever since I first watched the 2012 Nickelodeon Turtles when I was 6 years old. So of course, I really have always loved the Turtles. So of course, I really like this series as well. This issue was pretty cool. I liked seeing Casey Jones and Raph team up, like they do in the usual canon. They didn't really, well, you didn't really get to see the Raph and the Casey stuff as much in the '87 cartoon, as much as it is now a thing of Raph and Casey being together. But yeah, I thought that was really cool getting to see them together. And 87 Casey is always fun to see. I love. Whenever I was reading this book, I picture his voice from the '87 cartoon of the real deep voice, like the "Your time is up, lawbreakers." The lawbreakers line has always been stuck in my head for this Casey. So this was a cool issue. Also, there's a pretty deep cut villain with Cobrado. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah, I really liked this issue, and I rated it a 4.5 out of 5. So I thought this issue was pretty cool. The art's cool as always by showing it's. I'm not gonna spoil too much, but art looks like it's ripped right out of the '87 series. I really do like this series a lot, so I recommend this one if you're a Turtle fan. Leading into the next issue, and the last of my pull, this was the book that came out last week. The last of my main pulls from my pull list was Moon Knight Fistaconchu number 5, which I also really liked this book as well. I love the cover, first of all. I don't remember who did the cover art for this book, but I really, really enjoy it. And this issue was especially from the last issue leading into the big fight. So I think it's going to be interesting, especially I want to see I'm especially seeing how Mark gets over this, how he overcomes this. And I'm interested to see how him and Tigra develop with each other. So I think, yeah, that'll be really cool to see. So this issue makes that pretty interesting to, and of course the art is awesome by, excuse me for pronouncing the name wrong. Promenick, I believe. If I pronounced it wrong, I apologize in advance. But yeah, his art on the Moon Knight series has been really, really cool, and of course Jed MacKay. The first Jed MacKay run of Moon Knight was what got me into the character, along with the Disney Plus show. So yeah, I really liked his books, and I really liked this issue too. And I gave this issue a 4.5 out of 5. Yeah. Yep. And then we lead into the rest of these are just random books that I decided to grab just because I thought they looked cool. Oh yeah, this one. I almost forgot I got this one. This is Radiant Black: The Story So Far by Image, and I have never read Radiant Black. I always thought the design was really cool because I like the design for Radiant Black. I just think that's a cool character design, and it always interested me. And I never read any of the books before, so I mainly got this to see if I could catch up because it kind of intimidates me with how many issues there are, but. After flipping this over, I might actually try and check out some issues to see if I actually like the series and more than see if I like the series. So yeah, thought that was a cool pickup. And oh yes, this one came out this week as well, and this one I grabbed purely because it's Doctor Doom. How can I not? One of my favorite Marvel villains, Doctor Doom, of course. One World Under Doom issue 1, and I actually really, really liked this issue a lot, more than I thought I would. I figured I'd enjoy it, but it was really, really good. I'm not going to spoil anything, but this issue makes me interested to see how the Marvel heroes get over or figure out the Doom problem with Doom taking over the world and making the United Latveria, which. Honestly, I really like this story in this book. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool pickup, and this was definitely worth it. I thought this was a really good issue, so I gave it a 5 out of 5 personally. It might be different for everyone, just my opinion, but I really liked it. I'm not huge Marvel reader. I mostly read Moon Knight. That's the only Marvel book I get pulled consistently. I read some Marvel, but it's not as much as not as much as a lot of other people. But I thought this issue was really fun. So yeah, I actually really enjoyed this issue, so I recommend it. Yeah, and now the rest are just back issues I grabbed because I thought they were cool. Ultimate Spider-Man number 10, mainly because I've been reading this series just from a friend because friend gets it and I borrow it and I read it. So I think this series is pretty cool. I haven't pulled the trigger on putting it on my pull list yet, but I'm tempted to, and I'm thinking about it. But I got this one because I like this issue, and I like this cover too. I really like this cover with Mary Jane and her and Peter's kids and Ben and J. Jonah and Gwen, and of course Spider-Man and Harry is the Goblin. Thought that was a cool cover. Of course, when I was at my local comic book store, I had to get a few issues of my favorite Space Knight, ROM, the IDW series. So we got ROM number 4 and number 3, and I love ROM. ROM, I really like the Marvel run. The IDW runs are really good. Revolution, but the main ROM run's not bad. Bring back ROM. We need more ROM stuff. The Marvel Legend looks awesome. I'm getting the Marvel Legend as soon as I can. My local comic store pre-ordered it for me, so excited to get that eventually. I'll definitely make a video of him when I get him. So yeah, Hasbro needs to do something with ROM. Either put him in the Interjoint universe, or just let Marvel do something with him, because he's such a cool character to me, and I love ROM. So yeah, ROM 3 and 4. Also, just love this cover, by the way. Just really like this cover, and there's the cover for ROM number 3. And then, finally, these are just some dollar bin books that I just found at another shop somewhere. So I found the Halloween Comic Fest Marvel Comics, which is just a reprint of the very first Marvel issue. I just wanted this because I just thought it was a cool piece of like Marvel history. It's a reprint of the very first Marvel comic. I just thought that would be cool to have, something that invokes that very first Marvel comic. I just thought it was cool. Plus, I like the art on the cover. And this one is actually, I like the interior art as well, because I looked at scans of an original, and it literally looks like it's like mostly just traced from the original. So of course we have the Human Torch, and yeah, I really like I've read the Human Torch story. Haven't had the time to read the Submariner yet, but not the biggest Namor fan. But the Human Torch story is pretty fun. It's just old comic book fun. Yeah, thought that was kind of cool. Oh yeah, this one I just thought it was cool. Have no knowledge of this. I can't find anything about it. I just thought this was cool. Marvel Action Hour. Of course, I think it's advertising for the cartoons at the time, which is the Fantastic Four, and of course Iron Man. I thought this was cool. There's a flip book, so it's Fantastic Four on this side, and it's Fantastic Four Action Hour number 1. Don't know if it's the full issue, because at the end it just says continue to Marvel Action Hour. If somebody can tell me if this is like the full issue, or if this is like just a preview for the first issue, that would be pretty cool. And then the same for the other side, which is Iron Man, which is Action Hour Iron Man number 1, which I thought that panel caught my eye, and one of the reasons I got this book, because I thought that panel right there was really cool. I like the art. Yeah, I just thought this was cool looking book, so had to pick it up, especially for a buck. So, final book I got, Marvel, the Micronauts, They Came from Inner Space, number 39. And I just like the cover with all this extra stuff, and there's the Micronauts, and you see the actual Marvel Micronauts books in behind them. And I haven't gotten to read through this one yet, but from what I can tell, it's the Micronauts in a comic book shop, and I just think that was funny. Plus, I like the Micronauts a little from the IDW run, Haven't read the original Marvel run. I have issues 1 through 3 of the Micronauts, but haven't read the whole run. So I might though, eventually. So yeah, I just thought this was a cool book to pick up, especially for $1. Especially for $1. I think this is worth it. So yeah. Well, that's all the books I wanted to show in this video, and I just like doing comic book videos, honestly. I just like making them and like filming them. I just like talking about comics with other people that also appreciate the hobby. So, and definitely out of the pulls that I got for this week, definitely going to say my favorite issue, as probably alluded to in the beginning, is Transformers number 17, which, I want to talk about it more so bad, but I don't want to spoil it for people, because I want people to read this on their own and have like the same reactions I did, because it's just really good. It's a really good book. The whole series is, but this issue here is pretty good, but the whole series is really, really good. I recommend checking the whole series out. So that was it for my main pulls, and oh yes, almost forgot. From my LCS, I also grabbed the NECA Elite Senja Patrol Bot from Turtles: The Last Ronin, obviously. And yeah, this figure's pretty cool. I like I think it could use more articulation, specifically, I think it needed a double elbow. And the main thing that I wish it had is up and down at the wrists, so it could hold the gun a little better in some more for the blaster holding poses, because it just has the hinge. Did not mean to do that. Because it just has the hinge for this, which is all right, but I wish it had an up and down hinge so it could hold the blaster better. But yeah, I like the pose that I got in him with the blaster and the katana. But this is a cool figure. He comes with this was the head that was on the body when I opened it, and I immediately changed it out for this one because I thought it looked cooler. A bunch of hands, a little mouse droid, and of course, a deployed mouser. Yeah. Oh, and read The Last Ronin. It's a good book, and this design's from it. Besides, I think this is just a cool looking figure. Yeah, so check it out. Well, that'll wrap up this video, I think, and yep. And I'm definitely probably gonna do more of these because I really enjoy making them. And I just like talking about comics. So that'll be it for this week, and that'll be it for this video and this week. So I guess I'll see y'all next time. Bye bye.